Welcome to Lagniappe, a program about events, issues, and people. I'm Cory Crowe here with Alison, Lovelady, and Jay Chambers, and we're talking about S.T.E.M summer camps and West Monroe. Welcome. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you.
Alison, you're the lead mentor and faculty coach for the West Monroe robotics team and the S.T.E.M camps. Tell me about these camps.
Okay. We started camps about 4 years ago. We started with NASA Astro. We partnered with NASA, and we signed up through the FRC events that we go to at competitions. And we started branching out because we noticed that there are certain skills that students really wanted to learn and that they are very valuable within the community. So we want to provide as many opportunities that grow those soft skills for these students and make them most successful to succeed in their future endeavors in STEM.
Jay, you were one of the team captains. Tell me a little bit about what is the focus of this year's camp? What are you going to be doing?
So this year's camp, we're actually learning more about the drones. She's holding one in her hand.
That is a little bitty drone. These
are co-drones. So in elementary camps, we will be focusing on line or block code. So it's coding, put pretty simply. They just drag little blocks and move intervals. Pretty simple way to introduce programming. And then in middle school, they will be doing line code, specifically Python.
Now, I was always a kid that liked tearing stuff apart, putting it back together again, and tinkering with it. Jay, you're one of the team captains. Did you have that opportunity to go through STEM programs, or is this something that's kind of newer for students?
To my knowledge, it's more newer to students because growing up, I didn't really go into STEM. I didn't get into it till my freshman year and I joined the team. So while on the team, I try to make it my mission to do different outreach events or participate just to make it feel better for other kids so they have the experience that I have at a younger age and see if they have better opportunities in the future to go into a more STEM-related workforce.
Alison, let's talk about that. We've got things like Meta coming to the area. Mm-hmm. We need more young folks coming up in science and engineering and math and technology. Tell me a little bit about what these young folks are learning that they're going to be able to take to the future.
So in this camp, we're focusing on programming. I will say, we limit our camps to 24 kids. Each camp, my husband and I both will be there. We're both, high school educators, but we have younger children, and we try to present these skills and these materials and teach it in a way that is fun and exciting, small kind of chunks where they're not overwhelmed. We also have some of our high school team. They will be counselors. So like Jalen attends every summer camp. Last year, he learned a lot about 3D printing, and he was one of the main counselors at each camp that helps kids so we can get these kids in smaller groups and they're not overwhelmed. So we can, the kids interact with one another, and if we see, frustration growing or building, we have our team members who are experienced in these events as well, and process of troubleshooting and going through how to work the drone. Our high school team has already been working with these a little bit and tinkering with them. So it keeps frustration levels down, and it's kind of a safe learning environment.
So what ages are we talking about these camps? And you've got camps all summer long.
Yes, we have 5 summer camps total, 3 of which are elementary. So they are completed 2nd grade. We try to divide it between age groups where the younger groups are together and the older groups are within the same area. So we noticed at first when we started with kindergarten, they weren't just quite ready developmentally. So we like to have them at least completed 1st grade. Going into 2nd grade. That way they are introduced to these skills and items, but they don't get overwhelmed. So it's still a fun experience, and it's not a negative.
So 1st through 4th grade classes, and then 5th through 7th grade, a little more advanced for the older folks.
Mm-hmm.
Want to ask you a little bit about this is quickly becoming not a club anymore. This is like a real sport now, right?
Yes, it's been teamed as or themed as kind of like the competition for the brains. So we are a first FRC team. So it's robotics competition. We travel to at least 2 competitions each year. We went to Searcy, Arkansas this past year, and Kenner, Louisiana, to the Bayou Regional, which is our state competition. But these are 3-day competition events, and buses and hotels for that amount of days is quite a lot of money.
Jalen, I want to ask you about a little bit about going to these competitions. What do you do at a competition? Like, if you show up, what is the task? What's the mission?
So on Wednesday, we actually leave the campus around earlier in the morning, and we'll have that entire bus ride. Normally, our competitions range from 4 to 5 hours away. So we'll stop and get lunch somewhere. We'll get there, we'll get to the hotel, put our stuff down, have a 30-minute break, and then we'll get back out again. And 5 people have to go actually set up our pit at the competition place. And the next day we'll come in, we'll do practice matches, which would be that Thursday. Friday we would come in and do our qualification matches. And then Saturday we would finish up qualification matches and then start finals, and there will be an award section.
So each year the task, though, changes that you need to accomplish in the competitions.
Yes, we do not get the game release until January. We'll talk about that.
Let's talk a little bit about these young folks and the camp. Is there a cost to attend the camp?
Yes, it is $150 registration. So we max out the camps, though, at 24. So we want to keep it engaging in a small group so they can come out still learning something, but in a smaller environment.
And talk to me about the kids and the parents. How do they develop in this process?
In this process, they learn things that kind of sets them up in the future. They learn team bonding. They learn not discipline, but how to listen and how to listen to not only upper people, but their co-members too. And the parents get to see this any day when they're coming in. A lot of parents actually stay longer so their kids can learn more. And it's just a learning experience for everybody.
The camps begin on June 8th. Alison, for folks to find out more, where do they go?
We have a Facebook page for the team and a Instagram, and all the links to the camps are posted there.
You'll find them in the article along with this video. You're watching the Lagniappe. Like and subscribe to our videos and share them with your friends. The West Monroe Robotics Camps began on June 8th and run throughout the summer.